Dark Souls Pants Man, the stream that sometimes starts on time, and where's Matt?
Hello.
There he is, lunging in.
You probably can't see this, but I am lunging. People did demand lunging, so there's a lunge.
Can see some upper thigh.
Oh,
She's always good.
I really can't do the lunging though, to be honest. My legs are screwed from all that walking around on soft carpets. You may have seen, if you saw the E3 tour video, I did say that walking around on the thick carpets was like walking through snow. And I don't know how many of you have walked through snow, but flipping Nora, it's really hard work on the calves, particularly. Anyway, enough about my legs.
Yeah, we are so fragile, so very fragile.
Fragile. As human creatures in general, we are flipping useless. Flipping hell, Jumbles is level 74. Pants Man.
Okay.
Jumbles. Magical Testes, only level 3.
We will have gone over the 20-hour playtime with him as well today.
Flipping Nora. I started Magical Testes as a test account for something, and I
You
thought
just can't delete him.
Testes was funnier than
It is.
test.
Yep.
How is everybody doing in the chat? Let's have a little look.
We've got a lot of the familiar faces. Epic Panda 11, Frosty Sphincter.
Oh yeah, hang on. Oh, what's that going on? Someone said sound too low. Sound is too low. Oh, what's too low? The sound
Which
of our
sound?
voices?
Game
or
or
the
voice?
sound of the game? That's a good question. Let us know.
Oh, it's Andy Spence. He keeps telling us in caps. I've heard of that guy.
Hello, Andy Spence. I've heard of that guy.
Our voice, apparently. Do you want me to just turn it up on the...
Voice is too low. Yeah, sure we can do that. We can bump it up.
Okay. See how that is? Do we sound better, chat?
Everything sounds better? Okay, cool. And our levels
yeah.
is fine, can't hear the game audio. Okay, cool. Well, I can bump that up as well. Just watch.
Bump all the sounds up.
Bump it all up.
Matt, did you watch the video I made for you? Oh yeah, we've both seen it, haven't we?
Bump it all up.
That's a compilation of you killing things and dying. And
it's I think it's on the forum for Mr. Pantsman. So if you want to have a look at that. I'm not a massive fan of Super Mario Dubstep, but that's because
I don't think anyone is.
Well, no, people definitely are.
Really?
I'm just an old fogey. I'm an old man. I'm dead. This world is... It's too late for me. It's too late for me. This world
Now
is...
volume is loud as heck.
Now volume is... Oh, gee, everyone said it was too loud.
Right, let me try and find a happy medium.
What have you gone for?
I just went for +5, but I'll go for somewhere in between.
No.
Yeah.
Leave it on about 0.
Yeah, well, that's what we were before.
Okay. I don't know. Well, maybe
I've gone for +1.
+1?
Yep.
I don't know. Is that too much? Guys, I can't. Let's bump this one down again. Jeez. I feel like Pantsman has now turned into like me being a dad trying to fix a new stereo.
Yeah.
Hey look, son, I've got this brand new stereo from Dixon's. It's brilliant. Does
Dixon's,
everything.
God, it must have been your dad then.
Does everything, yeah, that's dad. That's classic dad. That is creme de la
Okay,
dad.
volume's fine. We're good. We're good,
Cool, we're
hopefully.
We're leaving it.
Nice
That's
hair,
it.
Chris. Oh, well, thank you very much, Epic Panda 11.
I must say,
No one actually said that, by the way.
No, somebody did say that. Well done. Someone says Chris need a haircut.
Andy Spence.
Low on Matt if I have a separate mic. Hang on. I'll try and see if I can separate. Work that one out. That's not going to work. Tell you what I'll do.
Turn up Matt, but not me. Maybe it might be just your clip mic.
Oh, hang on. You'll never guess what. There's a possibility here.
Hashtag blame.
There's a
Matt.
possibility here that I forgot to switch on my clip mic.
First time on the Dark Souls Pantsman live stream.
There's a possibility that
That it
somebody
wasn't my fault.
forgot to turn on my clip mic
I'll get blamed for this
before I
somehow.
put it on my trousers.
I'll get
I
blamed
don't know
for
who we
this.
should blame. To be honest, I don't know who we should blame. Who should we blame?
Oh, you jerk.
Well, that's that one worked out. So, yeah.
Oh, god damn.
Could I just say, I've been wanting to do that for about a month. The first few times, because this was Mr. Bezer on the forum who told me to do it, and he posted about it on the forum, and I immediately said, mate, delete that post. Delete that post. I don't want Chris to see it. So please send me a DM, and I DM'd him and said, don't post that publicly. I don't want. We got a pointer on the screen. I don't want Chris to see that. But then what happened was, for 2 weeks, I installed DSFix, and I hadn't installed DSFix properly, which meant it hadn't appeared properly. And that was like annoying because every time I died in the stream, I kept expecting that to happen, and it didn't. So I was just sitting here silently, being like, "Why isn't it doing it?" And then last week, I went in and I snuck into this room about 3 o'clock, installed the Blame Chris Dark Souls mod, and then you came in at about 4 o'clock. And installed the
Thanks Obama
one.
Yes.
Thanks Obama. And then, so it meant that when it came up
it.
and said thanks Obama, if you go back and watch the stream video from last week or last
crestfallen.
time, if you look in my eyes, I'm just sort of quite quiet and confused because part of me is going, hang on a minute, why does it say thanks Obama? And part of me is going, did I install it wrong? Have I installed the Blame Obama mod? And then you're like, oh, I put it on. And I was like, ha ha ha, cool. But inside I was thinking, God damn you, Chris. It was supposed to say Blame Chris.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, sorry, that joke has been literally in the works for about a month. Hopefully it was worth the wait. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Pantsman is back, obviously. He's still, look at that, lol, look at that. Jesus, mate. We're going to leave it on that screen for a second to do a bit of chat then, because I don't see anything wrong with leaving it there.
Blame Chris for not being able to blame Chris. Yeah, that sounds
it's mainly just blame Chris. So yeah, how is everybody doing? Yeah, obviously we've got Mr. Smiley Face or Mr. Simily Face today, who's working on a Mr. Pantsman wiki.
Oh my goodness.
Which is kind of amazing.
Sweet. Yeah, how was E3?
E3 was good. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos we've been doing at E3, but E3 was fantastic. It was hell also, because LA is a pretty horrible place, and E3 on the show floor is a pretty horrible place. And a lot of the games that are coming out in the next few months are really boring. The stuff that's coming out next year,
that we can't actually play.
I'm so hot for, but we couldn't play any of it. So it was a bit like, to be honest, you probably got as good an E3 experience as we did, in the fact that you look at all this stuff and you go, oh my god, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I want to play that.
And then you walk onto the show floor and it's like, hey guys, do you want to play? Do you want to play this game you've already played, or do you want to play a sequel to a game that you've already played that looks exactly like all the other games?
There's a lot
bit
of that.
like,
Final Fantasy 13 free. Sign me up.
Yeah. There's like a massive queue just to play the new version of Final Fantasy Online or something, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like, I could just, if I want to know what it's like to play that game, I could just close my eyes and imagine it. And I'll tell you what, I reckon it would be spot on.
It's not looking too good.
Anyway, what are we doing? I mean, not
DLC
like existentially.
possible?
I mean, DLC, maybe.
Yep. I think we did kind of agree. Awesome awards by VGTV. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was my Thirsty Free, by the way, and my Thirsty Free involved chasing this really quite strange man around the centre who was just lunging and...
Your experience of E3 was basically nothing like
everyone else's
E3 ever.
We kept coming back to the hotel at night and Dave was just progressively looking more tired. I was like, isn't E3 going great? This is fun.
Everyone was doing a lot of weird. Well, everyone else was just doing lots of work, and we were really busy. I was working really hard. We were both working really hard, but we were doing really odd stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm quite pleased that we didn't do any
serious content.
We didn't do any serious content. I didn't interview a single person because you know what? When I was OXM, I spent all my time interviewing people for stuff, and interviewing developers is so boring because especially at shows like that, they interview like 50 people and they just end up saying the same things again and again and again. So you end up just getting really, really boring stuff. And some guys I like to try and have conversations with developers, you know, and just talk to them about games. And a lot of developers just aren't up for that. And they just freak out when you start trying to talk to them like humans because they're expecting you to say, what are the multiplayer modes? And like, how many guns are in it?
Yeah, I only did one interview whilst I was over there, and at first it did feel like they were just trying to rattle through a kind of list of bullet points. But eventually, I had the CD Projekt.
So CD Projekt Red.
Was all right.
CD Projekt Red, those guys are badass. Like, I love them. They're one of my favourite devs in the world, mainly because they really do just talk normally. They talk like people, which is brilliant. I love those chaps.
Someone said wrong area, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
So what did we get for the DLC last week? We got a key or something off some golem chap?
I can't remember. It's almost like E3 has melted my brain.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Frosty Sphinx says, honestly, check out Angry Joe, interview Major Nelson. I'd recommend you do that, actually. A lot of traditional interviewers. I'm just going to go down here and try my luck against one of these jobbers.
These jobbers.
But, yeah, basically a lot of, like, traditional video games media, like myself and other people, often don't have the balls to really go for it in interviews because you know that you might get a really good interview out of it.
But you might not speak to him
But you might not ever get to speak to them ever again. And I don't know if Angry Joe realised that when he was doing what he was doing. I get the impression he didn't, because he seems lovely, but also seems quite naive at times, which is amusing for a guy who's already quite massive.
God, yeah, it's huge.
But I I think he made good use of the access, and I think his interview with Major Nelson was very interesting. If only to see Major Nelson squirming.
He didn't really answer it an awful lot, did he?
He didn't. He spent a lot of time really desperately trying to deflect the questions because he did not want to answer them. But it's well worth a watch just to really see that Major Nelson, to be honest, he's a bit of a mouthpiece and very little else. I want to get down there, but I can't remember how to do it.
Are those stairs on the side? Can you get to them somehow? No.
Yes, sort of, maybe. I think I need to
the texture's a little bit rough down here.
I need to get rid of this lava, but I can't remember how to do it. I need to go to Dark Forest.
Jump!
Hydra.
People saying jump. I don't trust that.
I'm not going to jump. That's bad advice.
I mean, you would get down there, but no.
We need to change the game on Twitch to Dark Souls 2. Oh no, not Dark Souls 2. We're not playing Dark Souls 2.
No, oh god, we.
I think it still says we're playing Dota 2.
Yeah.
To be honest, Twitch is a nightmare. I don't like it. I don't like the buttons. I can never work out how to change what game I'm playing. To be perfectly honest, I don't know what I'm doing. So
I quite like the idea of someone coming for serious Dota streaming and finding pants.
Apologies if you clicked on this thinking it's Dota 2. It's not. It's just some English nutter running around in his pants.
Yeah.
So that's life. Hopefully, the sense of disappointment that's now brimming through your brain and possibly crawling out of your eyeballs is just going to season you for life. And that's just what your life is going to be like. You want one thing, you get another thing, and 9 times out of 10, that other thing will be a British man in his pants speaking absolute nonsense, statistically speaking.
Okay. You're not playing Dark Souls 2 just yet?
No.
We keep pretending we are, occasionally.
Dark Souls 2 is giving us issues, unfortunately. We are hoping to... We won't be able to do videos on it anytime soon, but we're hoping to, at the very least, be able to play it. But at the moment, Namco are not letting me play it for reasons that we can't quite work out. So if you do want to see us talking about Dark Souls 2, then feel free to bug Namco and say, hey, get Pants Man on Dark Souls 2.
Exactly.
And maybe they'll let me have a look at it. But at the moment, they don't seem to be that bothered about it. But when it comes out, we'll play it, and that's what matters. Where am I going, guys? Where am I going? Yeah,
actually, that's a good point. So are we going for DLC? Yep. Or was there another boss you wanted to tackle first?
I'm scared.
I like the idea of seeing, because you haven't done the DLC ever before, have you? I want to see you outside of your knowledge base.
Dark Root Basin. Okay, people saying it's not hard. The DLC is not hard. All right. We'll go and have a look. We'll go and have a go at the old game.
Right. Okay. So, do you know where to go for it? Dark Root Garden. Where's the Dark Root Garden? I'm just trying to think
of the quickest route to Dark Root Garden. Is this the way to Dark Root Garden? I think it's down there.
It sounds like it should be near the Undead Parish.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that I was just trying to think if there was a shortcut.
Please upgrade your shield. We upgraded our shield.
That's not a bad shout, Mr.
That was Isengardza.
Isengardza. That's not a bad shout. In terms of like getting a better shield, or in terms of just maybe pimpmyshield.com.
Yeah, I think we've been putting most of the upgrades into the halberd, haven't you, recently? So
I like somebody saying Total Biscuit of the Heart. That's a lovely reference to something I did with my boys, my regular features boys.
My boys.
Have you seen that video?
Yes, it's brilliant. Yes. I saw that before I started working here.
Excellent. I'm glad you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah. Well, almost.
Almost. Oh, honestly, gotta say, I've got to give Chris a hand this week and last week. He's obviously did a great job of filming all of my nonsense at E3, and today when I said send him out to go and buy 20 croissants, and got him to film me making animals out of croissants. Yep. If you've not seen my animal croissant video, then I don't blame you. Anyway, I've got the grass shield actually.
Take off the ring from Artorias. Can you change one of these now? Ah, yeah, that's it. That was for the Abyss, was it?
That was just for the Abyss, yeah.
Cool.
I've already got... So stability is what I want. Should I just upgrade the hell out of my grass shield? I think I'm going to do that.
What's your halberd at now? That's like +4 or something?
Or? It's pretty good. Pretty good. Did I really lose my debit card in LA? Yes, I did. I did. I don't lie, amazingly. And that is actually the reason that I made the video, is because I kind of thought, I was sitting there yesterday going, I really want Animal Crossing, and I can't have Animal Crossing. And then I thought, Animal Crossing, and then that was the video.
There was a wonderful moment during the trip where you just lost your card, and my card had just freaked out because I was using it in America, and we had like $12 between us for lunch.
Yeah, it was literally like, what can we eat? Yeah, we just went over like, crisps? Yeah, it was pretty... pretty dark. Yeah. Pretty dark times. Okay, let's upgrade this jobber.
The Eagle Shield has decent stability. Was that? I don't know what stability even does. Recurring theme of not understanding this game.
Stability is the key. Okay. Okay, right. Well, all right. Well, I'll upgrade the Eagle Shield as well then. Be careful out there. All right, sir. We will. So, Eagle Shield.
Oh, there is.
I might upgrade it a bit though, just for the old, you know,
stability.
just for jokes.
Sure. Ah, so stability means you lose less stamina when you get hit, apparently.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is useful. Because otherwise, basically means you can keep blocking.
Yeah, but
then when
suddenly
you run
you've
out
got
of
nothing to... Yeah, of course.
you're like, oh no, I'm out of balaba. Where is that shield? Where is that shield?
Oh, God, look how much rubbish you're carrying.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Like, there isn't like a selling system or anything.
You just have...
The shields count as weapons?
Pages.
They do. Oh, forget that shields count
Yeah, of course.
as weapons.
Yeah, double shield.
It's ridiculous.
It's the way forward.
Oh, I need a Titanite shard for that. That's rubbish.
It sounds expensive.
Oh no, they're not expensive. They're really cheap. I can buy loads of them. But is there any point?
Someone said it doesn't have 100 protect on it actually.
Oh man, guys, this is difficult. This is like being in a Dixon's with
Tell us-
all of the dads.
Yeah.
Telling you which Sonic Hi-Fi
this one's
to get.
good. This
no,
one's
no,
good.
no, mate. You want to get
Yeah,
Sony.
you want-
No, Panasonic, mate.
You want lightning
Hitachi.
resistance, it'll sort you out. Yeah.
I'm sticking with my grass crest.
Okay.
I'm sticking with it.
It's
I
done-
like my
it's done
grass
well so
crest.
far.
It's done me well. It's done me well. Oh, I can do Black Knight Halberd +5.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my god. Where'd it go?
It's gone. It can't be upgraded anymore.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Unless I go to... No, it can't be upgraded. But I can do, like, reinforced to, like, different types of things, like this.
Dual halberds, man, screw shields. We've tried that before.
Dual halberds didn't really work out well for us.
It looked cool.
It looked really cool, and that was hence the insignia for Mr. Dark Man Pants. Dark Pants Man. It's not a bad shout.
Oh my... Ghost mug! Ghost mug! What are you drinking?
Oh, it's because it's got bits of green on the mug.
Yep.
Oh, I'm drinking ghostly tea. I am the coffee of yesteryear, come to haunt you with caffeine from the past. Yeah, I just had a large coffee. How you doing? Okay, right, that'll do. That'll do. I don't have anything to modify because I don't have anything. I'm just a man in my pants trying to get on by, trying to get on down. Okay. Now I want my grass crest shield because it's my fave. It's my fave, babe.
There we are. Done.
Okay. I like it because it's got the green magic, which means that you get your stamina back more quickly. Whoop.
Oh, that's always good.
It's like do. So you can just you can go whoop.
Stick with grass crest.
Probably my favourite item in the game. Actually, it's something I've consistently used most of the times I've played the games.
Chris, wear a green t-shirt next week, please.
Busy, Chris. No. The only rule of green screen is do not wear a green t-shirt.
The Dark Root Garden.
I've never actually seen anyone do that, but that'd be hilarious. I've just somebody come to do
something perfectly matched with the
somebody
green
come to do some green screen stuff and you haven't specifically told them not to wear green. You're like, oh. I should keep spare t-shirts just in case that. Just in case. But actually, I was mentioning earlier, I was talking about Total Biscuit of the Heart. If you Google Total Biscuit of the Heart, you can watch a 3-minute video of me and my friends singing along to Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart whilst eating biscuits. It's pretty strange. But yeah, those guys and me are regular features. We are a comedy podcast. I don't know if you've heard of us, but we are a little bit popular on the iTunes, and we just do nonsensical comedy. It's nothing to do with video games, but I am going to give this a plug just because we've got a few more tickets left, and this weekend in London we are doing a live show in Loading Bar, which is an awesome video games bar which you may have heard of, where they have special video games based nights. And actually last week they did E2, they did instead of E3.
Oh, was that where it was based?
They did E2, which was kind of awesome. I couldn't go obviously because I was at E3, but yeah. They're cool guys, and they basically got in touch with us and said, hey, come and do regular features live. And so we are doing, because they're brill. So if you would like to go to that, then it's quite easy to find. I think you type in regular features Eventbrite as one word into Google, it will come up super quick. And yeah, we've got about roughly 15 to 20 tickets left. You get a free drink with it.
Snap.
You've got to be able to drink alcohol.
You should start your pitch with that.
Yeah, man.
Done.
Well, they're actually going to do regular features themed cocktails.
That's so awesome.
Which is going to be brilliant. Should be a really good night. We've never done a live podcast before, so we're terrified. But if you are a fan of stuff, then certainly go to stuff. And you've still got like a good day or two to just go and listen to a couple of episodes and work out whether or not it's the sort of thing that you think is going to be utterly amazing, or the sort of thing that terrifies you so much you never want to speak to me or see me ever again.
Midget Moose said he would go, but he lives in Northern England. It's fine, you can stay with Matt.
It's difficult.
Matt's always got a free house open.
I've got a house. I need to live in my house. I haven't got room for everyone. But yeah, if we ever become world famous, then we'll do a tour that extends past
to the reaches of Northern England.
The reaches of Northern England. I'd love to go and do stuff. Some guy from Bristol was like, "Please come to Bristol." I was like, "I'd love to." Unfortunately, we're just not that popular, and we don't actually make any money from doing this. In fact, hosting the podcast actually costs us money because the number of people who download it is large enough that it means we have to pay for the servers, but not large enough for it to be beneficial to us in any real way.
I didn't realise that was a thing, sorry.
Anyway.
Right,
you've got to where the gold golem was.
I recognise this lake.
We're doing something in pants.
Is the gold golem the one that killed me? The only time I've ever played Dark Souls?
Okay.
Yes, it was, apparently. That guy. No, that was a tough boss, man. Many have fallen at the hands of the gold golem.
Yeah, many. No, I think only many have fallen at the hands of the gold golem. I think you've fallen.
You were amazing,
for
though,
the gold golem.
You.
You fell in love with him. You were so besotted by his shiny legs that you didn't know what you were doing. And you ran to your doom. Well, to my doom, actually, frankly. Screw your doom, my doom.
Oh, man.
I don't care about your doom. You can doom yourself whenever you want.
Dude, if you'd had the hashtag blame Chris thing, that would have been the first time I'd ever seen it after I just killed him.
I know. And we
missed it.
You overwrit the file with bloody Obama. That's why I'm so muted in my response. You can go back after this, you can go back and watch that. And you'll be like, oh yeah, he was. He just went a bit quiet, as if to go, what's going on?
Yep.
Oh, running in water. I wish I had the ring. Why haven't you made more E3 podcasts? Because we got really tired and really busy.
Yeah,
we were intending to do it, but the problem was we were all, some of us were working till very, very late at night, others were getting really early nights so we could work in the morning, and it meant actually it wasn't very often that we were all in the same place at the same time. It became a bit of a luxury that we couldn't take advantage of. Oh, this looks DLC as fuck.
See, only Dark Souls would introduce the DLC like this, though.
Oh my god, it's a space anus!
Any other...
Don't touch space anus! No! I told him not to touch the space anus.
I heard you did. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's like the thing we've lost.
That's what happens.
Any other game would have like a huge, like flashing gate saying, "Come in here, please. Pay us money."
Oh man, that's bad.
Dark Souls make you walk over an invisible lake.
So yes, we'll make a big E3 recap podcast.
Yes.
Well, you never bet what we're doing tomorrow.
What we're doing tomorrow, Matt?
Big E3 recap podcast.
How convenient.
Yeah, we might even actually...
Lost spoilers, sorry. So.
Yeah, we might even actually do a slightly longer podcast than usual tomorrow. Might stretch to like about an hour and a half, just so we can go through everything and make sure that we
continue to talk about The Witcher 3.
Yeah, fair enough, man. The Witcher 3 looks badass. I was really gutted I didn't get a chance to see it myself with my own eyes. That's the thing. Suffer for passion and all that. Oh god.
Is that a boss already?
Jesus Christ, on a bicycle. I'm gonna die.
Immediate boss.
But yeah, I didn't really get to see any games at E3.
I didn't until the last day actually,
because I was so busy making videos. So I hope you liked him, because I saw Nickel.
You're doing great so far.
This is great. I'm learning attack patterns.
Yeah. What kind of beastie is he? Is that a shimmer? No, he's got like
he's a fairly effective one.
He's a good beast. That has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Yep, you're going to die. You didn't rest, by the way.
I didn't rest? Oh, no, I didn't rest. Was there a bonfire?
Apparently so.
I didn't see a bonfire. Jesus. This guy's got to make the bonfire.
I just love that everyone had agreed that you were going to die before you went in there. So, yep, this is going to end badly.
Well, these guys are the guys who want
I don't think he rested.
You know. Okay, right, okay. Okay. Sorry. I'll get there.
Yep.
Under parish. Yes. See, the problem is I'm still at that point in the show where I'm just having my coffee. It hasn't quite kicked in. You've been this. Any Pants Man veterans, any of the real Pants Man massive will know the way this works. The way this works is that initially in Pants Man, I'm really bad, can't do anything.
Yep.
And that's why I've tried to just have a bit of chat, a bit of banter at first, because I know I'm just going to die about 1 million times otherwise. But then I'll get there. There'll be a point where I'll hit the zenith of caffeine, and suddenly I'll actually play quite well.
Sure. It's about half an hour usually.
Usually about half an hour.
Kicks in.
We're about half an hour now,
So bam.
Bam.
How you feeling?
Get ready for this, babe. Hope you oiled up that motorboat, because we're going to go on a boat ride of skill.
Yeah, maybe give it another 10 minutes.
maybe, yeah. What are you talking about?
You can teleport to DLC.
Can you? Well, now I can, but I didn't get to a thing, did I? What do you mean?
I don't know, just how is that different than the bonfire?
Maybe I just missed the bonfire. Oh God! So can I teleport now? Hey, no, it's cool because they wanted me to go back.
Yep. To show that you could do this.
I was just saving time. Saving time. Where is it? Where does it say DLC? The DLC. I can't teleport.
You lit the bonfire, said Andy Spence. I don't think you did.
Andy Spence doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he doesn't.
I'm not listening to...
Half an hour done already. We haven't even done anything.
Well, we were about 10 minutes late, to be honest. What am I doing?
Oh, no, you can't. You know, because you didn't rest.
I wouldn't have fallen off that edge if not for that.
That's not true.
Shut your mouth.
Not true.
Shut your mouth. You're a dead man, Brad. You're a dead man. Dead.
Yeah, it's the bonfire.
You're a goose, mate. Yeah.
You're a goose.
You're a goose. Well, mate, you're a goose. I don't know what that means. Hopefully it's not something really offensive, because otherwise you're not.
What's an offensive about being a goose?
There might be. It might mean something really offensive that we don't know about. That's often the way with words, I find. It's like I spent a lot of time when I was younger calling people a nonce. Didn't know what it meant. Now I realise, quite offensive.
It's quite a good word, though.
It is a great word. It's a real shame that it's so offensive. Anyway,
apparently you need an item from the archives to teleport there, maybe.
An item from the archives?
Do you have an item from the archives?
I did get an item from the archives. I got a necklace.
Can you use that somehow? It's
I got a necklace from a crystal man. It was a pretty good time. Hey, it's true, man. It's true.
Do items have usabilities like that? Could that perhaps?
The one I teleport to is after the boss, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I like somebody saying,
great.
Luckily all the people, referring to people I called nonces, luckily all those people have turned out to be paedophiles. It's true. Very convenient.
Yeah.
Turns out I was in the right the whole time. Thank God for premonition. Oh, deadly premonition.
You can teleport to the Ulasail Sanctuary. That sounds like somewhere that's in Dark Souls.
Dexter320 says, I'm bored. I didn't
but he's linked to a GIF.
He's linked to a GIF.
Or a GIF.
I don't know.
It's a GIF now, isn't it?
I don't know who Dexter320 is. I kind of caught out the corner of my eye before the live stream chat rolled away into the distance. I think he might have been slagging me off.
Ah.
So if he was, then I'm sorry you're bored.
GIF.
I'm sorry. Maybe in the future I can be more entertaining. If you weren't slagging me off, then
you're alright then. You're alright. But if you basically, you're a goose, mate.
You know, if you were slagging me off, mate, you're a goose. You know, just throwing it out there. Yeah, that's right. You're a duck, mate. You're a pheasant, mate.
Nah, it's still a bird.
Absolute partridge. Total pigeon.
Oh, he wasn't.
Oh no, mate, you're not a goose. You're the least goose-like man I've ever met. You are spectacular in regards to not looking like a bird in the description. It's notable. People always say to me...
Like, that guy does not look like a goose.
People say to me, Dexter320, if there's one thing you can say about that guy, he doesn't look anything like a goose.
Not even
Not slightly. It's spectacular, really. Makes everybody else look like a swan, frankly. Just yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, I really wish I had the iron ring just so I could walk through this stuff a bit more quickly. But it's fine, it just means I need to be really careful and to kill this guy.
I thought we had the iron ring, or we just talked about wanting the iron ring.
We just talked about wanting it so much that it's like...
I just accepted that.
It's like when you talk about beating the ruby weapon on Final Fantasy VII. You do it so much that
you eventually
think that you did it, when actually you didn't. You just know somebody who knows somebody who did. I'm not going to go and get the ring. Somebody wants to get the ring. It's in the flipping... It's in Blighttown.
Oh, that can sod off.
Yeah,
that can
absolutely
sod off. Yeah, never.
Just for a ring. It's ridiculous.
God, Pantsman is struggling to wade.
You want some Barry Scott? Hi, I'm Barry Scott. Let's have a look at this penny.
What do you think Barry Scott's doing right now?
Crying.
I think that I think that gig kind of dried up pretty quickly, didn't it?
It did. I do love Barry Scott's little adverts, though, actually.
Yeah, the remixes on YouTube.
Barry Scott was a great inspiration to me. I'm not joking. Oh God, she's dead.
Oh,
that was the woman who was selling.
Oh God.
Stuff. No, she's dead.
Thanks for your dress.
I'll just take that, love. Get it off you. You don't want it. You're dead. Thanks, love. Bye. That's the sort of guy that I am.
Yeah.
Just, oh God, that's really dark. No, Barry Scott was the inspiration for Bam. Obviously, Bam, Butter and Jam, was 50% inspired by Barry Scott. God, there is a bonfire.
It was you had to walk over it.
Mate, I'm quite literally off my tits on jet lag. I don't even know where I am half the time, to be completely
I can't
blunt.
believe last night I slept for a full straight 12 hours.
I can't believe you slept for a full 12 hours. I've been sleeping consistently every night for about an hour at a time and then waking up. That's why I feel like death. People keep asking me where the abridged videos are for Nintendo, EA and Ubisoft. They will come, but right now I just don't feel funny. I can't do it. I'm like, I'm looking at stuff thinking, I can't think of any good jokes. And if I can't think of any good jokes, I'm not going to do it. I will do it though. I've just got to wait for them to start being funny again. Right, first things first.
You started particularly well. God, he just doesn't give you a chance. There we are. There we are.
He's like one of those energy drinks called
Relentless. Cut off his tail if you can.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. People always say that. It's like, nah.
Well, you look funny if that means anything. Says Mr. Ruger Shroom.
Thanks, man. I try my best.
The best time to attack is when he does his big wave attack, apparently. Although sometimes...
Oh, that was unfortunate time.
Sometimes this live chat does go out of its way to try and kill you.
Yeah, they do.
The hell is that thing? I was trying to work that out as well.
Jesus, Nora on a bicycle. I'm just spending all my time drinking potions.
Someone said go to Stoke, but avoid Hanley, Tunstall or me. I'm from Stoke. Yellow Sapphire.
This guy is making GIF. Look, not GIF, Sif. That's
you do so much damage when you do hit him.
I know. So far, that's the
oh God.
Problem I have is I can't find a good...
Get out of my face!
I can't find a good healing spot. Come on now, drink. Drink! Run! Run, pants man! Run like your pants depend on it, which technically they do. As is everything, it depends on it. Everything depends. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh dear, the jet lag is really showing now, Matt.
I did say.
Yeah, your Pantsman reactions aren't quite there. Oh, that's it. Oh no. That looked like you should have been able to hit him after that. Oh, you almost had it. Nice dodge, nice dodge.
Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh, I got you, babe.
Not the gameplay, just his face. You can see the exhausted rage.
Thanks, man.
What a horrible thing to see.
You can't see my face. You can only see my trousers. I haven't got a belt today, so they're probably gonna fall down. True story. Right.
Can't believe I offered you my belt earlier on.
That's hilarious, right? I was like, Chris, right? This is gonna sound strange,
as most things do in this office.
I need to go and buy approximately 20 croissants in the shop,
right, Matt.
and I don't have a belt, which means I can't go because my trousers are going to fall down. So immediately, before I finish the sentence, I hear him start unbuckling his belt. And I'm like, I don't want your belt! I want you to go and buy some croissants.
I help a brother out when he needs a belt. That's
you
all,
did,
Matt.
I mean, I really did appreciate that. It just shows how well conditioned you've become to my utterly bizarre requests, and the fact that after a week of E3 of me saying, can you film me lunging around the show floor, now it seems fairly normal for me to say, mate, give me your belt.
Yeah, it's fine, do whatever.
It reminds me of when I was at school, right? Somebody always told me, this has stuck with me for the whole of my life, a police officer told us that you shouldn't do drugs. And one of the reasons he said you shouldn't do drugs is because when you take drugs, you don't know what's going on around you in the world.
Sure.
And somebody will ask you for your shoes, and you'll give them your shoes.
don't do drugs.
That's one of the few things that I was told at school that has really, really stuck with me. Just this idea of somebody coming up to you and going, mate, can I have your shoes? And you go,
yeah,
yep. And that being like, because that was a major point. God. You really put that across as being like one of the major reasons.
What do kids love? What do kids
not like,
love?
You know, risk of death or addiction or anything like that. It was like, mate, they'll have your shoes. Right? And you'll give them your shoes. It's just,
you won't even think twice.
Honestly, what the fuck was that police officer thinking? Yeah. I mean, I really don't think he was expecting at the time that a whole generation of people would grow up to just have that in mind and just go. But that's what happened.
That looks like you should.
Right, I've learnt one new thing about DLC. These guys,
they're made of rock.
Not baddies, made of rock.
Okay, good.
I'm learning now. This is exciting for me, right? Because this is
humanity.
The one thing in Dark Souls I've never done. I've completed the whole of Dark Souls, but I've never played the DLC. So this is the first time.
This place looks like relatively nice as well.
It's fucking ominous, man.
Ooh, seal. Love it already. Best DLC ever. Look at that guy.
Now, I've been playing the Last of Us a lot this week, so I don't trust mushrooms.
You don't, yeah.
But I think I can talk to this one. He hasn't. Yay! See?
He hasn't got a mouth. How did you think you could talk to him?
Because he doesn't have arms, so he can't punch me.
Right, okay.
Rule of thumb, if things can't punch you, you can talk to them.
Well, look at this one. Speak for yourself, Mushroom Man.
Thy scent is very human indeed.
Mushroom Woman.
Mushroom Lady.
Princess Dusk's savior.
Didn't you kill Princess Dusk?
I was, hang on, somebody's...
I thank thee.
Somebody's saying that they're still doing the whole drugs thing at school. That's interesting. For dare, in capitals. Yeah, I wonder if they still do that, because when I was at school they had this thing where they got one person from each class, and it's actually kind of insidious.
Gave them loads of drugs.
It's kind of insidious, right? They get this 7-year-old, they just pump them full of drugs, then send them out into the streets, and then you have to fend for yourself. It's like that film Akira, right? Seen that? It's like that. And then basically I just exploded and the whole of Tokyo just came out. It's really, really unpleasant. I'd really hope. No. I'll go back, rewind a few bits to the bits where I'm telling the truth. What they did was they had this thing where a police dude and some other dudes and some teachers would get one person from each class who was deemed to be vaguely influential.
Okay.
And they would teach them about all the reasons why drugs were bad, and then they get that kid to then go and teach all the people in the class why drugs were bad
that seems very risky.
Which, yeah, one, risky. Two, I just think in retrospect, it's pretty insidious. It's like them going, well, they're not going to trust us because we're adults, but if we teach one of the children to teach the other children, then we've got the suckers.
Yeah.
But the problem was it didn't work in my case because I was, for whatever reason, chosen as the drugs ambassador, which means, I think that's what they call it, which is amazing. I wish I had that on my business card now.
Yeah.
Now, at least, drugs ambassador. Might have trouble at airports. I'm worried about this bridge. I'm really worried. I'm just going to put that one out there for line. I thought the tip of my spear there was an enemy. I was like, it's a dragon's tail. But I was the drugs ambassador. And what they didn't really understand when they made me the drugs ambassador was that everyone in my class hated me. Nobody in my class had any respect for me whatsoever. That's fine. I'm not bothered about it now. But it was it was hilarious in the fact that it was like nobody wanted to listen to me. And so... consequently, sadly, everybody in my class got addicted to heroin and died at the age of 12.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. The blood on your hands.
That's not true. That's not true. They did, of course, as mentioned earlier, all turn out to be paedophiles.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just realised where we are. We're back in time. Back in time.
What?
So
why? Where
this
is
bridge
then?
over here, right, is where Sif, as in Jif Moose, the big dog,
yeah.
I recognise this rock formation, sir. This is...
Favourite enemy in the game, by the way.
Huh?
Favourite enemy in the game, that guy.
Yeah, he was so cool. I'm
sword.
so glad. Somebody's saying, Mr. Wall says, Ambassador, with these drugs, you're really spoiling us, which is amazing. I love that very much. Just now, I've just got an image of people crumbling Ferrero Rocher into giant Rizzlers. People are like, oh, this is, why am I smoking this? It's made of chocolate and Nutella. But yeah, this is the woods. This is the forest.
Right, okay.
And instead of...
Do you think we'll see a younger Sif?
It'll probably just be a dog. Hopefully I won't have to kill him if that's the case.
You best have a goddamn sword.
But instead of having the tree dudes, we've got these...
I don't know what they are. They're like
scarecrows. I kind of wonder if almost these are the the tree dudes in their earliest forms. Like maybe these are like
quite possibly.
zombie farmers, because you can see there's some moss around them.
Yeah, and one's got a spade on his back.
I guess they're like
they're
local farmers who've become like evil or something, and then over the years they become more and more like mossy, and they eventually turn into these feral big things.
A headless guy raises an interesting point. If you end up killing Sif now, how could you have killed him later down the line?
Well, that's true. So hopefully that's not going to happen.
Vortex
I don't think we're going to bump into Jif, but I'm worried about bumping into the big cat. Somebody's made a GIF of me dancing. That's amazing. A GIF. I like the use of the word GIF instead of GIF. Please tweet that at me on Twitter because I'd like to see that. If you don't know what I am on Twitter, I am jam_sponge. So, not jam sponge, because jam sponge,
never jam sponge,
is some sort of natural alternative to tampons. Yes. And I really hate the fact that that exists. It depresses me because I have no control over it. It started as a company way after I was Jam Sponge, and if I'm ever a millionaire, the first thing I'm going to do is buy that company and close it.
I see what they were trying to do with the whole.
What did that guy do to me?
I don't know.
Oh my word!
Jam Sponge
this guy is using some flipping unorthodox techniques. He's a danger cat, this one.
Oh, got in hand. He seems to have ridiculous armour. Oh,
no, he's not.
GIFs are like gifts that don't move.
GIFs are like gifts that don't move. Oh man, I like the internet.
Yep. That's alright.
I really like this place. I was terrified of coming here, to be honest. But
it seems alright. It's nice and green. You don't get a lot of green in the world of Dark Souls.
You don't. It's some pretty flowers, and so far the pretty flowers haven't tried to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah. You're actually standing on some kind of huge rock giant, probably.
Well, this is where the big cat is. Have you seen the big cat yet?
What?
Wow! Flipping Nora!
It's not a cat. Kind of weird ass cat do you have?
That's a fucking dragon, mate.
It bloody well is.
I know what these are. Right, I'm going to go for it. Ba-da-ba, man in his pants. Run towards. Oh, it's not even an item. It's a flower. It's one of those flipping light flowers.
That would get me every time.
But
I am not very clever.
Gets me every flipping time.
What a cute cat.
Oh, go! I'm gonna get. Oh! God damn it!
What are you doing?
Could have been worse. Well, I was trying to do a running attack, but then he stopped running early, and then I'm glad he did stop running early because if I jumped any further, actually I would have fallen. Oh, God damn it! God damn it! That would have been some more twinkly titanite.
Read the message. Hidden path ahead. Oh, do you trust that? It's got a rating of 0, but I've never seen anyone with a rating that isn't 0.
Well, I don't think there's a hidden path here because I don't see. I must be here because there's nowhere it could go to, right?
That's why it's hidden.
Nope, not there.
This is your Indiana Jones moment.
Ba ba da ba 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 ba.
Yeah. Okay. Don't do it. Lies. No path. No.
Ba 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 ba.
What video editing software do we use for VideoGamer?
Premiere, my friend.
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro. I'm not sure there's any other type, really.
No, but it sounds better.
Because I think Final Cut is a piece of shit. I really don't like Final Cut. Final Cut, admittedly, does a lot of things better, but I really hate Apple products. I think that they are trash. And I think that they are poorly put together and purely created to please the masses of the audience, and that's when Final Cut X or Final Cut 10 or whatever, when they just basically went, hey, you know, we spent years perfecting this pretty professional program, let's turn it into iMovie. It's just like...
Oh, yeah, they did that happen. But I always kind of heard brilliant things about Final Cut before then.
I think the thing about Final Cut
seems like it was...
And this seems to me a general thing, is the fact that Final Cut has been a TV professional thing for a long time, right? And you've got all these TV dudes who've learnt Final Cut because Final Cut is what TV does. And I think a lot of people who've been classically trained to make video through the whole route of being like, hey, learn to make video, then you can work in television. I still think that Final Cut's the best because that's what they know what to use.
Sure.
However, I came from a different route. I learned to use Photoshop when I was quite young because I liked photoshopping things. I liked, you know, putting stupid pictures together.
Damn right you do.
Yeah, and over the years I got quite good at that and did a bit of graphic design. And then when I started playing around with video, which was only about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I basically kind of realised that Premiere was basically just like moving Photoshop. And I was like, I can do this! So yeah, I think people who tend to have come into video editing from a completely unprofessional angle, a lot of people I know seem to prefer Premiere just because it's much more intuitive, much quicker. You can be quick and fast and dirty with with the file formats you use. You can bash stuff together quickly. It's much more ramshackle. Whereas old school purists and people who really take the kind of medium seriously tend to like Final Cut. But I don't take anything seriously. Those guys are doing gardening. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill these guys.
Yeah. Oh man, you've already killed about 20 of them as well. This forest is going to go to crap.
Rodpad says, Matt, if I was an iPhone, what would you say to me? I'd say, go home, Grandad. And then I'd wink at you and do that in a really condescending way. And you go, like that. So that's that one sorted.
Understand any of what you said. But they do want to kill you, yeah. I think, no, actually, this guy seems... Oh, why did you have to do that, Matt?
Because gardeners are dicks. No.
Jesus. I think the entire reason this forest eventually becomes this place of pure evil is because you killed all the gardeners.
Yeah. Oh, don't go in there. That's where gardeners' question time used to be hosted. Until that guy came in and killed all the gardeners.
To be fair, how many gardeners do you really need for one small forest?
As the blood of geriatrics strewn across that land. Oh, man. I've got some more questions. So not Windows Movie Maker. I'll tell you what, actually, the first video I made that went on the internet was BAM, 1992 advert.
The first video you made?
That was the first video I made, yeah, BAM. And that was made in Windows Movie Maker because I didn't have any other software.
The first video I ever made was using iMovie, which is horribly basic now that I've had the chance to play around with some more stuff. And it was a video of me killing a rabbit in World of Warcraft. So that's how I ended up here.
Actually, I tell a lie. I didn't. My first video I made wasn't BAM. The first video I made was a stupid zombie movie I made with my brother. On a
that sounds more like a thirst.
And then the second movie I made was a terrible vampire movie, which I made for 24 hours.
Is there any kind of link between the two storylines?
No, none at all.
Not like recurring characters?
I'm really worried about dying here because these guys, I'm going to run.
Oh yeah, they.
I'm going to
run. Goodness gracious!
I'm going to run away. In the words of Kanye West. But no, Windows Movie Maker is a terrible, terrible program that should be banished to hell.
Yeah, iMovie's pretty shit.
iMovie is equally bad,
yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
I would recommend, actually, if you are interested in video editing and all that jazz, it's worth it because you can do, and now you can do it, if you're going to do it legally, you know, go for it.
Yeah, you mean the kind of renting kind of
Yeah, you
system.
can do it. There's an Adobe rental thing where you can basically, it's like Adobe Creative Cloud, where you pay like 20 quid a month and you get access to the full suite.
I'm so glad they've done that because Adobe's been notoriously expensive.
Well, that's the thing. And in the past, I think that Adobe know that people have been acquiring the software through less than legal techniques.
God, Photoshop must have
and I think
crazy
they
numbers
haven't
for that.
cared because I think that people basically... Oh, God, I'm dead. People, I don't think they care because I think people learn to use their software and then, because of that, when they then get a job doing it professionally, that's what they know how to use because they train themselves on that. So I think Adobe kind of know that people are pirating it to hell, but I think it's been really good for their business. And I'm not going to admit in any way that I've pirated any Adobe software. But let's just say now that wherever I work for the rest of my career, I will say to my employers, you need to buy me Premiere and Photoshop. Let's just say that's... Let's just say that.
Okay, nice.
But if you want to do it legitimately, then you can... the 20 quid a month thing is not a bad deal, especially if you are
Do you get latest versions of that or not?
Yeah, you get latest updates. So actually...
Jesus Christ, I think
in many regards, it's better than piracy because you get legitimate updates, you get latest versions, and you get access to everything, and you get access to plugins and all that stuff. And it's a really good idea. And actually, if you are interested in making video and you want to kind of like learn to do that and learn your craft, I think the best way you can learn to make video is just by messing around with stuff. And most of the videos I've made with the purpose of... up until very recently, I've made with the purpose of trying a new filter or try a new effect or think, can I do this? How do I do this? How do I do green screen? So it's fantastically powerful software to play around with. So even if you're a student maybe and you've got a month or two off in the summer, it's not a bad idea. Just literally... Whoa!
Dude, we were trying to talk about video.
Pay 20 quid.
Pop off.
Oh, I'm trying to talk about something, man. Jesus, why you got to be such a drag? It's not a bad idea to just spend 20 quid, 40 quid, and even if you just get 2 months out of it, if you really go for it and mess around with it every day, you can teach yourself how to use Premiere in a month easily. Like a lot of people, I've never done a course in video editing in my life. I literally have taught myself from scratch, and I'm not that good at it, but anyone can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I started with Premiere about, well, how long have I been here now? 2.5 months, 2.5 months.
He didn't have a clue what he was doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, he didn't have to do his shoelaces up.
Terrible.
He just found him in the street. It's pathetic.
Do you want a job?
Oi, come in here. Sober up.
Sign this.
Put these shoes on.
Sober up.
I don't want to get down here. I want to go down here.
That looks like you should stand on that, and then a lift.
I think I can fall down it.
Oh.
I'm feeling experimental.
Oh, God.
With an emphasis on mental.
No. I just read, just as you went down there, Woodfella. No. I was like, okay,
oh no.
He's going to die.
Roll down the hole. It's a shortcut. God damn you. I've got some questions. We should probably make that. Let's make this chat window slightly smaller, actually. Let's click on it and make it text smaller so we can see more.
Don't stand near a ledge.
Because I haven't seen you guys for ages. We've obviously been doing... No.
You want to make what smaller?
I'll make it text smaller. I'm going to do that.
Ah, there we are. Nice.
So we can
there we are. Cool. And then...
So, someone says, how much is Adobe paying you guys? Nothing.
Not enough. Not enough.
I'm actually just a mad fan of Adobe. I think Adobe
They're not paying you?
No.
Oh, dude.
Are they paying you?
Yeah.
God damn it. No, I'm really big. I'm a big fan of Adobe products. I really... The reason I don't like Apple stuff is because I'm a Windows boy at heart, and I've learned to use programs that rely on lots of little tick boxes and lots of little menus and lots of little drop downs and lots of options, and I love that stuff. I can't be bothered having to go through, click one button, click another button, click another button to get to what I want. I just want to have it like spread out on top. I want to go to a buffet and see that the table's been set and I can just eat whatever I want straight away. And Adobe programs like Photoshop and Premiere kind of work like that for me. It's just like they throw you in the deep end and then you can have fun just getting lost and swimming and learning what you're doing. Whereas Apple stuff is just... The amount of times I've gone to someone's house and they go, oh, can you fix my internet for me? And I'm like, sure I can. And they're like, oh, I've got an Apple Mac. I'm like, no, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. You're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. Any other questions? What have we got going on?
Roll on Gamescom, am I right?
Yeah, man.
What?
I'm going to get my lunge on.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to get myself a T-shirt that says, do you even lunge, bro?
Oh, it's got to happen. And by get yourself, you mean make yourself.
No, I think I might. This one might be a professional.
Legit. Oh, sod off.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys, man.
Mm-hmm. Those guys, I agree.
Good God.
Yeah, dual combo. You got destroyed there, man.
Someone says I miss Paint Shop Pro 4. I miss that as well, actually. Paint Shop Pro 4 was my first foray into editing images, and then I upgraded to Photoshop years later. And actually, Photoshop at the time terrified me because it was so many more options.
Yeah, no, there is. I think there is a bit of that when you switch over to Adobe stuff. At first it's very overwhelming, but then you sort of realise, shit, I can do all this stuff. Why have I not been doing all this stuff before? I think Rod Pad just asked, what about the Eurogamer Expo later on in the year? I'm not sure what we do about the Eurogamer Expo.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't know. I'm kind of...
Should we hijack it with some more lunging?
We'll probably come down and do something. I mean, in the past, I didn't tend to do much at the Eurogamer Expo because I worked at Future, and I don't know. To be honest, with the Eurogamer Expo, a lot of the time, what they've got there is stuff that we've already seen because it is more of a show for for the community and stuff, and just for letting people have a go. But we might come down and do some stuff. I mean, to be honest, there'll certainly be some, like, because in the evenings and stuff, there's always like drinks and parties and stuff. We'll definitely be around for some of that.
we'll be there, Philco. No,
booze? Yes, no, I'll be there. I'll see you at the bar. But no.
I went last year and I only had to do like just a couple of things for freelance, so I pretty much just went to have fun there, and it is a lot of games that aren't too far off or games that are already out, but it's a nice atmosphere there.
It is nice.
And they do a really cool indie section. Their Res section is always worth checking out.
Res is always good. And I mean, obviously Chris will be there to sign your penises.
Mm-hmm. What?
Sorry? You're going to sign penises.
Ah, yeah, that's it. All right, yeah,
signing penises. So obviously just get them out, whap them out, and he'll just get right in there with a Sharpie. And so that we might be there. Yeah. Any other questions? What we got?
Okay, let's have a look.
Somebody wants to know if we're going to TGS, Tokyo Game Show. I wish.
Oh man.
I'd just be like, yeah, I'm going to cover Tokyo Game Show.
We're going to do
what are you going to do, man?
Lunging as well.
Lunging, and they'll be like, it's quite an expensive flight. Yeah, people really. There's about 500 people who really, really want to see me doing lunging. So no, I don't think that's going to fly. To be honest, unfortunately.
Yellow Sapphire says just penises. I feel left out. I don't think there's a gentlemanly way to respond to that?
No.
Gentlemanly.
No. What's wrong with penises? Most of us have got them.
God, Jesus.
Jesus. This is fairly inclusive, I think.
Let's have a look. Yeah, what was the Western press like over at the Tokyo Game Show?
Some people go out there. It's mainly the bigger sites, mainly the sites who've got like lot of dollar. Sites who can just go, hey, sure, we'll send someone a plane anywhere. Where do you want to go? Japan? Fuck it. Sign the check. Thump. So you'll see sites like IGN and stuff out there, but there don't tend to be that many big announcements and games there. So and it is quite an expensive one where E3 there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's other stuff that I'm more interested in, really. I mean, stuff like PAX maybe might be nice to go to again.
PAX seems like it's just got such a nice
PAX
feel about
is awesome,
it.
especially for community stuff.
Yep.
I loved it. Really cool people. Just really nice vibe.
Yep.
Whereas TGS, what else we got going on in the chat?
I think Frosty Sphincter will donate £20 to send us over there.
Wow, that's
probably about right.
That's pretty awesome.
What's the conversion rate at, like?
It's
close enough.
It's probably enough for a flight, I imagine.
Sweet. What do we think of the DLC so far? Well, this forest is great.
Yeah, I love this forest, man.
I'm a big fan of it.
It's so green. I just want to take my time to just really lap it up, soak in the atmosphere. Can Pants Man lunge? I don't think so. I think maybe if we got...
What about the running attack? What's that?
Maybe a rapier could do it.
Yeah. Worth it.
I don't know.
Yeah, the same forest as before. Yeah, we've
I'm really struggling here, guys. The main thing I'm struggling with are these guys. Because they're powerful and they're fast.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, seems like an unfair combination. But I'm going to... What? How
Anyone know where to go should I want to spam them for more Company of Heroes 2? Well, consider your request noted, sir.
The thing is, we've got access to the Company Heroes 2 beta, but also the game is out on... Oh, God.
It's the end
bad idea!
End of this month, I think, isn't
it? Soon. I don't know when it's out.
I think it's...
End of this month?
Yeah,
soon?
I'm pretty sure it's
that's like this week, I think. Or next week.
Yeah, I think it's next week.
But anyway, we do want to do some more stuff with it, actually, because we love that game.
Yeah, mainly because we just like playing it.
I love that game. But we've been really busy at the moment. It's really annoying.
I remember when, just before E3, I think you told me, like, the Company Heroes 2 beta is out, but just it isn't. No, just don't know that.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
We're not doing it. It's
but
just
Matt!
I know, we want to do some more.
Thanks.
But I've got all this stuff to do. I still got to do these E3 abridged videos because people want them, so I'm going to try and get on them this week. Well, I'm definitely going to get on them this week. I'm just not sure if I'm going to get all 3 done. I'm going to aim to. Because I'm not sure if I'll do the Dota stream or not. I can't decide what I'm doing. I'm a flip-flopper, my friends. I'm a flip-flopper. I love doing the Dark Souls Pantsman stream. I like doing more streaming stuff, but I feel like people... Oh, come on, you flipping dick knobber. But I feel like people appreciate more the stuff when I take the time to actually just make videos rather than streaming stuff, because there's loads of streamers out there, and I feel like I'm better at making little short videos.
What, as in for Dota specifically, or...?
No, just generally. I mean, I've got some stuff for Dota I want to do. Dota's just so consuming. It consumes my mind so much that I'd almost like to just do a website about Dota, but I don't have all of the time in the world, unfortunately. Unlike, as Louis Armstrong or whoever it was said, we don't have all the time in the world. You're a liar. Oh, I've come back here again.
Yeah.
I'm growing tired of this forest now. I want to get on to the
I don't even know where you need to go. It looks very similar.
In the words of Beyonce?
Yes. Or Rihanna, one of the two.
It was Destiny's Child.
Ah, okay,
I think.
Cool.
So, it was Beyonce.
You skipped a building earlier. Go back there,
yes,
tower.
See it.
Ah, that massive Colosseum-like structure
over there. I don't want to go
to
to a Colosseum. You don't know what happens in Colosseums.
Free loots?
Big fights, my friend.
Oh,
big fights.
Oh, sod off, you.
I don't like big fights, and I cannot lie.
God, that's more than a third of your health.
Do I...
Oh,
I'm trying to work out a way of fighting these guys. Yeah, Chris. Why aren't you helping me find a way to...
I'd say don't get hit by the first swing and then just hit them a lot whilst they have their big delay.
Somebody wants some more System Drop 2. I will try and do some more of that soon because I love doing that. Somebody says, since you play Dota quite a lot, what do you think about Smite? I think it looks pretty rubbish.
Yeah, I thought Smite's got, like,
I don't know.
People seem to really enjoy it.
I need to have a look at it. But basically, it's a third-person action thing like
Fixed camera, right?
Fixed camera, I think. I don't know. I just think the overhead thing works so well in terms of having the map awareness like an RTS. I need to give it a go.
I think it's a nice introduction for MOBAs, though. I'd be more likely to start with that than Dota or League of Legends, I think, just as a kind of
the problem I have with lots of third-person action games that try to integrate that kind of overall strategy layer, like of having kind of like, hey, you're part of a team doing all these different things.
Did Middle-earth do that? Guardians Middle-earth?
Lots of games do that stuff, and to be honest, the problem I always have with them is you never get a sense of the bigger battle.
Yeah, of course.
And you always feel like you don't know what's happening. Obviously, with Dota, it's nice because you can see when something's happening and you can quickly have a look. And I think being able to do that, being able to look at parts of the map where you're not and see exactly what's happening is really a part of it.
But I think that's one of those things that you become accustomed to. Like when I play quite a bit of Awesome, though it's not as much anymore, and that's that really nice kind of introduction to a MOBA type game. Different style, of course.
That's true. I love Awesome Nuts as well.
But that is very much so focused around you and your game rather than the bigger picture. Like
you still got the little mini map and you can still see what's going on.
Yeah, and there are only 2 lanes, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe it's a little.
I need
less
to check it out. Well, long story short,
intimidating
I need to check it out. At the moment, we're just mad busy with E3 and obviously got these little mad video series and stuff. It's just it's a difficulty of trying to keep up stuff we've already got going, trying to finish off and carry on video series we start that you guys really like. Also trying to keep an eye on new games.
We just haven't had a chance really over the last 2 weeks.
No, we haven't had a chance to look at any new games really, just because it's been so much E3 stuff. And also trying to make funny videos, because you guys seem to like funny videos. So basically, if anyone has a cloning device that they want to send in, that'd be awesome, because I really would love to do all of these things. I'd love to cover new games, do funny videos, do live streaming.
Dude, I've been wanting to do something Crusader Kings 2 since the first day I started here.
But we're very busy. Very, very busy indeed. So yeah, I guess we just need to work out what we need to prioritise on, but it's difficult because you guys seem to like everything so much, which is awesome, and I love that. But it's difficult to know what to do because everybody wants different things.
Sure.
Everybody's changing, and I don't feel the same. In the words of I believe it's John Lennon.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you sure about that? Okay,
absolutely.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it was Keane that wrote that song, imagine. I'm going to drop on your head with a sword. No, I'm not.
That wasn't quite as impressive as you thought it was going to be.
Christ, I don't want to do this.
Shut off, you flipping gardener.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
You dickhead gardener.
Dickhead gardener.
Dickhead gardener. This reminds me of my housemate who hates
Here's how you approach your problem, Matt. We make a big list of everything and then stars at the top. So we do that, but we keep adding things at the bottom of the list.
The problem is stuff gets added every day. Stuff gets added every day. And the problem I found, and this is an interesting thing actually, I think anyway, just generally for life, is if you constantly have a to-do list that has all the things you need to do, and you stick to it too religiously, then you end up just stuck in routine, and you end up just doing the same things over and over again. And I had a period about a month ago where it just felt like nobody was really interested in the videos we do on the channel, and we weren't getting many views, and things were kind of sagging off a bit. And I realised it's because I'd become so hooked into doing regular things and being like, well, I need to do this for Thursday, this for Tuesday, this for Wednesday. Yep. And there is this thing on the internet that people say, oh, people love regular series and they really want that continuation. I think that's true, and I know that's true. But, I've got to a new bit.
Nice.
But at the same time, I think the problem is if you get too caught into the routine of being like, oh, I'll do this on this day, this on this day, this on this day. That means when you have an idea, when you have something you really want to do, and you think, oh, I've got a cool idea, you kind of go, oh, I don't have time because I'm busy with this. And it means that the fun stuff, the stuff you're really passionate about, never really happens. And so it means sometimes I have been letting stuff sag, like Indie Face, I still want to go back to that at some point. And obviously System Shock 2 has been very erratic. This, I've tried to keep more constant. But it means that stuff like Animal Croissants, which are my favourite things, be able to do just wouldn't happen.
I think there's probably a happy medium between those two. It's just trying to
get there. Yeah. And we, you know, possibly me more often than Chris, but I'm frequently very open about the fact that I don't really know what I'm doing. And at some point in the future...
I know exactly what I'm doing, man.
You know
entirely, yeah, it's cool.
I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
There's a shortcut here, by the way, over the bridge.
Over the